Hey, what's going on everyone? It is Kyle and we are back with another episode of my programming and web development tutorials. Now in this episode, I'm actually going to be answering a question that someone has asked me to answer. And the question is about development in Qt. So for those of you who don't know what Qt is, it's basically a C++ development framework that lets you build graphical user interfaces in C++. It's cross-platform, so you can develop for Linux, Mac, and Windows. And the question that this person had was, once you actually build your project and you get your executable at the end of it and you're all happy and done, how do you actually distribute it? Because if you go into the directory once it's built, in this case this is just a project that I've slapped together recently, and you go into the release and you've got your executable there, and you try to run it and it comes up with an error. And the reason that you get this error is because the dependencies for your executable can't actually be found in this directory. So what we need to do is we need to track down the dependencies, and we need to, so the DLL files, all the DLL files that are required to make this application run, and then we need to put them into the directory so we can distribute it to people. Okay, so you might be asking, how can I just get around this without having to actually do all the DLL stuff? Because I did a little bit of research on the internet, and you can actually statically build Qt, which means that you can actually build your project so they don't have any DLL dependencies. But then I did a little bit more research and I came up with this page here. And because, unless you've actually paid for Qt, which most of you probably haven't, then it's actually licensed under the LGPL licensing. And it says here, can create proprietary applications. So if you're planning on releasing your application to the public, you can only do so if it is dynamically linking to the Qt library. If not, then you actually have to supply the source code for your project, which means that it's an open source project. So if you want a closed source project, you actually have to find the DLLs yourself, put them into the directory, and make the application work. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that now. So like I said, this is the application that we've built that doesn't work, which is a real pain. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to the internet and go to Google, and we're going to download a program called Dependency Walker. Now I've already downloaded and installed it, but I will show you guys where to go. It's just dependencywalker.com. And where's the download link for this? Oh, there you go. So you scroll down the page and you'd probably want to download the one for version 2.2. 3.2, 600. This is probably going to be the most compatible one, so I'd probably go for something like this one here. You download that, it's fairly small. That's the kind of interface you get, so we will open it up. This is the one that I have gotten. So you just extract it, it comes in a little zip file. So we open it up and we get a screen like this. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to actually open up your executable. Now you can see I've already done it a couple of times because I've already gone through and done this. But I wanted to show you guys how we go about doing it. We go release, and then we find it. Okay, it says there's some errors detected while it was finding it, but basically you get a window like this. So all of these yellow circles with the question marks in them are the missing DLLs that it can find. Now I can tell you right now that there are some other ones that it can't find, but we'll cover that very shortly. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and track down these DLL files and pop them into the directory. So to do that, we're missing Qt5 core, Qt5 GUI, blah, 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 blah. So you want to jump into our C drive, and this is the default installation directory for Qt itself, and you want to jump into your version, and then you want to jump into the compiler that you actually use to compile the project. Now I'm not 100% sure, because I haven't tested this with anything else, but I would say that there are the same DLLs in all the different directories, and I would say that it won't work unless you actually use the associated or the same directory that corresponds with the compiler that you use to compile the application. So in this case, mine was mingw 32-bit. Then we go into the bin directory, and this is where all the goodies are stored. And basically what we want to do is we want to track down Windows. No. Why you no resize properly? Okay, So we want to track down Qt5 core, so Qt5 core, and be careful because there's one that's Qt5 core and there's Qt5 core D. So you want to copy, paste, Qt5 GUI, where is that? Pretty much all of them have a D after them, so just be careful of that, make sure you get the right one. Qt5 network. Now this will vary depending on what you've actually included, like your headers and stuff like that inside your project, so bear that in mind. It's not going to be the same for everyone. Qt5 widgets. Copy. Paste. What else we got? libgcc. Libgcc dw1. Copy. And this would be associated with the compiler itself, I would say. And same, don't know about that one. And copy that one in. Okay, so that's all the ones that it has actually picked up. So then if we try and run it from past experience, I don't think it will run. It'll say that there are a few more missing. So we need to basically run this a whole bunch of times, find the extra ones that are missing, and then pop them in. So libwinp thread. Copy, paste, try and run it again. I see, is it 51? Copy, paste, and I see. Oh, okay, yep, they're all spelt very, very similar. That's oddly confusing. And we'll try again, and I see U51. Paste that one in there, and boom. Okay, so when you've gotten all the dependencies, the application will open. Yeah, so basically this is just a really simple client that I made for an SMS gateway that I have an account for, so yeah. And that is pretty much all you have to do. So all these other things in here, basically you just copy out the executable and the DLL files. You don't need all of the object files and your other bits and pieces like the C++ source files. And then, where is it? Basically you should end up with your executable and all of your dependencies. And probably, I don't know what I would be doing so you can have a closed source application and still not really have the user have to have all of this in front of them, is to have an installer, create an installer, and just tuck these away and make a shortcut on the desktop to it. So hopefully this helped a few people, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.